Hello friends from Wheelchair Gang, Theories here, and welcome back to a very impromptu video, hence the weird lighting. I wasn't expecting to be recording this late, but we've had some interesting things going on in terms of Doctor Who news, and I thought I'd briefly discuss some of my thoughts on them. But before we do, if you could just do me a teeny tiny little favour and click that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 10k by the end of the year, and I honestly believe that with your support, we can make it happen. Thanks so much for listening to this message, and enjoy this video. So if you've been on Doctor Who Twitter recently, you'll have seen that there have been several leaked set images of Doctor Who filming in Liverpool, with John Bishop being sighted, as well as the TARDIS under a sort of cloak thingy, and it's been confirmed that Jodie may well be appearing on the set at around 6:30. That hasn't happened for me yet at the time of recording this, but if it has happened, I'll put it in the video now. But perhaps the biggest news to come out of this filming is that Catherine Tate, aka Donna Noble, may well be returning to Doctor Who in Series 13, judging by the fact that she is also in Liverpool and is currently working on what is apparently a big television project. But this got me thinking more about the idea of Donna coming back and the reasons why I don't really want it to happen. Number one, she already had a great departure, and any potential return could diminish the effectiveness of that departure. So for those of you who perhaps need a bit of a refresher, in Stolen Earth Journey to End, Donna ended up fusing with the Doctor's hand, creating the Meta-Crisis Doctor. However, she also created in herself a Time Lord human hybrid. But this was too much for her to bear, so the Doctor had to basically erase all her memories of him from her in order to save her life. This was very tragic. It was one of those companion departures that I think most people really thought worked well and was very sad. And there is a fear that any potential returns of Donna Noble will diminish the impact of that departure. And let's face it, New Who isn't really a stranger to butch and companion departures, with Clara getting a really good send-off in Face the Raven only for it to be completely undermined by the events of Hellbent, and Bill Potts being resurrected by testimony to give a goodbye to the 12th Doctor. I'll admit that latter one isn't quite as controversial as the former. It's kind of had a history of sort of undermining these endings, and I really don't want that to happen here because Donna Noble, she's a fan favourite companion, I would say probably one of the most popular to come out of New Who. She definitely seems to be the one that most people can agree is pretty great, so I don't want them to butcher her pretty widely well-received departure. I've seen some people on Twitter say that they don't like it and that they wouldn't mind if the show changed it, but I completely disagree. I think that the reason it works is because of how tragic it is. But the second reason I don't want it to come back is that it would be another example of Doctor Who relying on its own nostalgia. Now, this is something I've talked about to great length. I've made multiple videos on this, but to give you the long and short of it, every time you do something like this, every time you bring back an old character or bring back an old villain or an old subplot, you kind of give the current era that you're working on less of an identity as a result. And this is something I've been struggling with a lot with this era, is that it doesn't feel distinct enough to me. And I don't want Series 13 to continue that trend, despite the fact that all signs to me seem to be pointing in that direction, with the return of so many classic villains, as well as, presumably they're going to have to cover the Timeless Child as well, which is very based in old lore, and I really don't want that. I want something new. And if Donna Noble's coming back, that would kind of be the antithesis of what I want. But let me know what you guys think about Donna Noble potentially coming back in Doctor Who Series 13, whether you're for it, whether you're against it. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you later.